Wasteland is an unforgiving place. Everybody's desperate, everybody's hungry, everybody's thirsty. People will kill you for nothing. What you need to survive in the Wasteland is a vehicle. And a vehicle in the Wasteland has to be a war vehicle. Ever since I was a kid, I've just been so interested in fantastic stories and out-of-this-world tales. And I grew up playing pen and paper role-playing games. And when I got a chance in the 90s to start working with video games, I just jumped at the opportunity.
Drawing for me is a way to relax, but it also a sort of a journey. It's a way of exploring designs, and it's like a movie you've never seen before. A big part of my role was to visualize and come up with ideas for the world, the locations, characters, props, structures, and vehicles.
You need a car in this world to survive. Max loses his car, the iconic Interceptor that we all know from the Mad Max movies, and he has to build a new one from scratch. Fortunately, he meets a guy who can do that. The magnum opus is the mad mechanic Chumbucket's vision for the greatest war machine that has ever rolled the blacktop. And Chumbucket is obsessed with cars and everything automobile. It's a religion to him. And when he says a magnum opus, that means just his grand work. This is what he's been put on the planet to create.
This was a car that we wanted to play to remember. So we put a lot of effort into the details to really make it shine. When we first heard about West Coast Customs taking on this task to build this car, we were blown away with happiness. I think I was screaming.
This is a pretty big deal because we only get to see the car and hear it and play it. We never get to touch anything because in our world everything's make-believe. Everything's just on the screen.
A small team went there to West Coast Customs to present the sketches and get them on board with the Mad Max universe.
It's always great to come into a conference room not really knowing what they're here for, and then you see these storyboards and these pictures of what this car is they want to build. This project for the guys is going to be super fun.
It was pretty amazing to see the inside of that whole building and what goes on behind the scenes and stuff like that. It's pretty damn cool.
It's Mad Max. I mean, who doesn't know what Mad Max is? So we started with a Maverick and a Ford Ranger. We combined the two of them together to really make this off-road looking mean vehicle.
When I heard about the car being ready, I was so thrilled. I was so excited about all the details, and I just couldn't wait to get there. We're going to a location in Los Angeles where we are supposed to see the car that we have been developed on a piece of paper, and now it's become a reality. I was nervous, definitely. I was very nervous because you really want them you really want to have the details there. When I first saw the vehicle standing there on the parking lot, I was like, that looks so good. It was a very surreal experience. When I received the keys to the car and turned the engine on, and when it just exploded, it's very difficult feeling to describe. It was it was amazing, and it didn't feel safe. I didn't trust myself. This is gonna go bad.
So Mad Max is completed. Next step to get it loaded in the truck and head off to Wasteland.
The Wasteland weekend is a gathering of people from all over who come to the Mojave Desert annually to celebrate their love for the pop cultural conception of life after the apocalypse. My expectations were really high. Having been a fan of Mad Max since I was a kid, and having been more or less obsessed with the ideas of surviving in a post-apocalyptic wasteland ever since, this was, it was something I was looking forward to tremendously. When we got to the wasteland, so to speak, in the Mojave Desert, everybody had to wear a wasteland outfit. They wouldn't let anyone in who wasn't a wastelander, so to speak. So the illusion is complete inside. And actually, I gotta say, it's like coming to meet your peers, Finally, my family is gathered. It was just all of the wasteland lunatics from all over the world that had come there to experience this dog-eating fiesta. They play the part so well. So when you see these people in their perfect replicas of smegma crazies and gay boy berserkers outfits, and they really look the part and play the part to a T, it gets your heart racing a bit.
Now we're about to head in, but I brought a couple of my friends with me.
When we first saw the magnum opus, we were all standing around this great replica of the original Interceptor that a fan had made, and it was just beautiful. And then we heard this noise, man, and we turned around, and it was our car that came rolling at us with that big ass grill, and it just looked so mean. So they built the car, and we got to drive it, and it was amazing. From day one, when we heard that we might create a Mad Max video game, and all of the adventures that we have been through doing so, it's just one of the highlights of my careers, if not my life.
This journey has been tough, lots of happiness, lots of good experiences, and it's been a true pleasure.